So this is going to be a video on my 4 favorite knives that I've reviewed in 2019. And in front of me here you can see the 4 knives. And to most of you, most of these probably aren't a surprise. So starting on the left here we have the Victorinox Pioneer. Mine is in black A-locks. As some of you may know, I have 2 full-size Victorinox models. I have the Pioneer and the Tinker. I like the Pioneer just a little bit more than the Tinker because with the A-lock scales it feels more solid. The blade is a little bit thicker and it's wider. It's not really any longer, but it's more substantial feeling. It also has a reamer or a punch or an awl, whatever you want to call it. And this knife also has a bottle opener, which comes in handy for opening those Mexican-made Cokes, which are better than regular Cokes, but they don't have twist-off caps. And it has a can opener. Of course, the tips of the can opener and the bottle opener are both screwdrivers too, so you can also use them to loosen or tighten screws, which is also useful to have. But overall, this knife has spent quite a bit of time in my pocket this year. A lot of times I'll throw this in my pocket and then I'll throw a clipped pocket knife in my pocket too. And I'll have like a larger pocket knife, and then I'll have this if I need to open a bottle or a can or tighten or loosen any screws or anything. And then next to that is the Great Eastern Cutlery number 93 Ram's Foot, which was a very popular knife this year. I overpaid for mine just like I do for all my Great Eastern Cutlery knives, or have in the past for all my Great Eastern Cutlery knives. That may stop here soon because I've kind of bought one of them credit card, gift card things, and I did that now once for a knife, so that's not all that difficult. So maybe next time I know that Great Eastern Cutlery is launching a knife that I really want, maybe I'll go do that so that I can buy it off of a website and not spend quite as much money. But anyway, apparently these 93s were really hard to get, and I just kind of lucked out by finding one. And I just so happened to find one in the canvas micarta, which was pretty much what I wanted. The only other cover material that I would have really liked to have would have been the oily creek bone, but I didn't get an opportunity to own that, of course. Just like most Great Eastern Cutlery knives, it has a half stop. The blade's made out of 1095 carbon steel. You can see mine has a little bit of patina on it a little bit there. I've carried this knife quite a bit. I really enjoy it. But yeah. Next to that, getting into the modern folders over here, we have the Kershaw Link, which is a knife that I bought just to kind of have it. I didn't really think I was going to like it that much because I hear people complain about the speed safe assist that Kershaw has and everything. And it is a little bit harder to close one-handed, but you can do it. But I don't really mind it, to be honest. And I really like the blue handles and the black washed blade. And overall, this knife has just spent quite a bit of time in my pocket since I bought it this year. I'm very fond of this knife, and it's just kind of funny because I never thought that I was actually going to enjoy this knife anywhere near as much as I do. Of course, that's in the 420HC that Kershaw does. Kershaw's heat treat seems to be pretty good. I don't think it's quite on the level of Buck's Paul Boss heat treat, but it's pretty good. And then, of course, over here, we have the knife that everybody reviewed like 5 years ago, but I didn't get until this year, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. It's just such a great knife, S30V steel. It's got that like 3.5-inch blade on it, the front finger toil. It's just very comfortable to use and hold and everything. It's got a point for doing like detail work and stuff, which is nice. Black G10 that's very grippy, and I absolutely love the compression lock. This knife is super smooth. The only thing that sucks about this knife is I screwed up my pocket clip screws, because they're soft, and I was using a bit that was a little bit stripped, so I completely destroyed those pocket clip screws. So the pocket clip kind of moves back and forth a little bit, but I Loctited the crap out of them screws and got them as tight as I could, and I don't think it's really loosened any since I did that, so I don't think it's going anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's just a great knife, and yeah. So anyway, that's the 4 knives that I like the most out of all the knives that are reviewed last year now, in 2019. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys have a good day.